Hey everyone, welcome back to CricketBatInfo. I'm Mark, and this is actually a bat I've had for over a month. I first filmed this review, I think it was the 9th of December. It comes from David over in Tasmania. It's obviously a DSC Munro 82. Yeah, I filmed it and lost the first part. This particular camera splits the video into two when it goes over 4 gig. I lost the first part, had to redo it, and it's actually in the middle of being knocked, something the owner has had to wait and wait and wait on. It's over a month now. So here we have it. This is the DSC Munro. And let's have a look at that profile. So you got here a pretty low swell. Most of the action's going to be happening in this part of the bat. You can tell that by where the edge rises and starts to fall. Normally about an inch after the fall at the back of the bat is where the action will run out. That swell peak is here in a mid-low position. You've got a pronounced duckbill there, and the spine heading down into the handle, but really reduced down in this area here, and reduced edges as well. So that's basically it for the shape. You do have a fairly good bow on this bat, maybe a 2mm camber or something like that, and there's a little bit of concaving. We can put the gauge straight over it to have a look at what it looks like on those specs. So I'll bring that up, and it peaks just below a mid, and you can see there that the face camber is slightly under, so maybe that's closer to a 4mm camber than a 2, and the spine doesn't touch the top, neither do the edges. I've measured the spine out already, at that 65mm, and those edges peak here at about 38mm. We'll have a look at the toe. You can see there these duckbills leave toes quite thick. So 26mm at the edge and about 28 in the center. There you go. As far as the shoulder here, it's very reduced. You can see there we're looking at about 11mm, and the top here to here, that distance there is only 36mm. I tend to worry about bats with this narrowing here. We'll measure the width of the bat just to see that there's a slight reduction here in the width. It's 65. Let's talk about the grains. So this comes from Online Stockist, and looking at their website, Munro, New Zealand, DSC series bat, men's size, handcrafted from reserve premium grade 1++ English willow, straight grains 9 to 12. So let's count those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and a bit of a 13th. You can see here the laser etching on the shape, and this one doesn't have the laser etching at the back. It does remind me a lot of the Kawaja profile that DSC recently released. Retail value for this on the website there is $780. So it's going to cost over $800 to get this bat from India. Then, you know, you run in the risk when you buy from over there that you've really got no warranty support. And if you do get a warranty on something, you have to send it back. So there's that cost. As far as the handle, the shape is medium to thin. It's round. I'm not particularly a fan of this grip. I find it really grippy. Probably would tear up decent quality gloves. As far as underneath here, I just put that up there myself when I hang things. You've got good quality binding on the thinner side with rubber inserts. As far as the feel of this bat, it feels to me to be probably mid to 8. Now I've been knocking it in, and I'll report on that in a second. So that's the bag it comes in, nothing special there. Let's weigh this, since I think that it feels about 2.5. And it's actually less than that, it's 2.7 at the moment. So it's definitely dropped a bit of weight since it's been here in Adelaide. It obviously has been oiled. Now, as far as the knocking and preparation of this bat, I have found during the knock-in process the opening of the grains, which tends to me to feel like the wood is on the drier side. The press itself is not on the medium side, not soft, but the willow is dry and it just feels like the willow is pretty hard itself. You would have seen this bat before, just make sure it's in camera. And starting at the toe, so it's going quite well off that there and that area there. Okay, so think about the actual rebound I was getting on that bat. I tend not to tap it up too hard. And now we'll compare to this. This bat is nearing the end of its knock-in stage. Really, in this area here is where it's going. And because I'm still knocking that in, that area there hasn't quite come through yet. Just trying to harden that up. Off center, it's okay. It's really interesting. I find sometimes these tap ups, they don't really reveal a lot as what actually is going to happen when the bat is in use. Let's see what happens when I really hit it. And that's what I'm talking about in that area there, that's just really dead, whereas it's really performing in that low position. So really condensed sweet spot we're looking at here. No bat really performs in this area of the bat unless there's some sort of unique sort of profile with lots and lots and lots of wood right in the toe. So there you have it, $800, engraving, really generic profile if I'm to be honest. I've said before to the owner that nothing has really stood out with this bat to say it's exceptional compared to others I've had through, but there you have it. That's the DSC Munro Players Edition, very similar to the Kawaja, just with somebody else's name on it. DSC.